Okay. No, we're not drinking anything. I'm not sponsored. That was not supposed to be on here. It's oversight, bad oversight. Bad form. All right. So as we're trying to disguise. Okay, now what is this? No, it's not a music maker. Although I guess you could use it for one, right? Take a little more of this sand out of here. This is for shoulder work. All right. You could use it as a dumbbell. All right. We're going to weigh this to see how much this bottle, how much it weighs. All right. But first, before we do that, I'm going to show you what this is about. Okay, now some of you say, oh, I know what you're talking about. You're just going to hold it in your hand. You're going to do these, right? We've got two of them. Now first, we're going to weigh them. How much do these weigh? And there's not that much in there. Again, you could use them for making noise if you wanted to, right? But that's not what we're doing with them. And you can use them this way. You surely can. All right? But I'm going to show you how I'm going to use them. You could hold them this way in your hand and then do tricep extensions and work your triceps. Or the common street term would be back arms. All right? All right. Now, I'm going to show you, I have what I'm going to do here. And so we're going to weigh these. Now the dirt, I put dirt in here. This milk jug full of water weighs about 8 pounds. Or milk, right? Liquid. Sand, all right, there's a lip. Let me see what you can see here. All right here, there's this lip. I don't know if you can see. Well, it's not a lip, but it's a seam. But there's a seam right here. All right. I don't have a felt tip marker, but right below this line, okay, is the sand. So we're going to see how much sand, how much this weighs. All right. So I'm just going to put this on the scale. This weighs about 3 pounds. All right. So we know that this was full of sand. I haven't done that yet. All right. So if it was full of sand, this would weigh approximately, roughly, that's 3. So we could divide, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'd be about 12 pounds or more. Okay. You could add water to it and it would increase the weight. You could use concrete, and this could weigh 20 pounds, 25 pounds. All right. So this depends on what you have in it. Water, sand. You could take pebbles and fill it up with little pebbles that will fit in the opening. So big, it could weigh, again, 20, 30 pounds. All right. So now this is what we're going to do. This is what I'm doing differently. You're going to get some rope. And this little bottle weighs almost the same. All right, close. This was close to the same amount of weight. All right. All right, so let's cut our rope. Now, as you see, it's a really small rope. This is about 3/8, I believe it is, 1/4 inch it says. All right, you could use 3/8. You could use a regular full-size rope. Don't have to be this small. It's what I happen to have on hand for another project where I was insulating a cup. Maybe I need to do a video on that for fun, show you how to make an insulated cup using rope. That might be interesting. All right, now I've just taken off about 2.5 feet here of this rope. Okay, it's more than what we need. Okay, I'm going to end up cutting. Now this is where it gets fun. All right, we're going to tie it over here on this. All right, we want to tie a knot. And I'm just going to tie a basic knot. Okay, nothing special. You can tie whatever kind of knot you like. If you have that special custom knot that you like using, then by all means, use whatever kind of knot you like. Now, I can hook this to a stick and use it for wrists, right? For working the wrists and strengthening the forearm. That's another way to use this. Remember our virtual barbell. All right. Now this is where it all comes together. I'm sure you guys are now going, aha, Ken, that is too cool. I never thought of such a thing. All right. So basically, this is what we're going to end up with. All right. So put your dumbbells, your barbells together. All right. And if you put the handles towards each other, now you want it. Ooh. All right. Thanks for being here, for everyone that's here. All right. So we're just going to make it about the width of this handle apart, but we're going to need a little bit of slack. Okay. So, and then it'll adjust. It'll automatically self-adjust, okay, with the slack. But you got a bunch of slack. That's my point. You want limited slack to your barbells. All right? Minimal amount of slack in your barbells. We will use these today. All right? You can make your own dumbbells. All right. Now, am I going to let this flop around? You know, that would really look kind of tacky, right? With this thing kind of sticking out here. If you don't have a knife, then okay. You don't have a way to cut it. It is what it is. But if you can cut this rope, please cut the rope. And if you're using a plastic type rope, after you cut it, heat it up with a lighter or a match, whatever you have, a stove, and then it's really hot, but you want to kind of tap it with your finger, get it hot so it closes it up and seals it. Okay? Now, be careful. All right? That's why they went to those lock blades. And just cut this off close to your knot. There you go. Now, if I tied this knot good, I'm okay. If I didn't tie it well enough, it's going to come undone, and then that's a problem. So we're going to find out if I tied that enough. Now, remember I told you there's a shoulder exercise you can do for strengthening the rotor cuff. All right? We're going to put this to use. Now, this could be a can of soup. All right? But sometimes you need a little bit more weight. But you don't need a lot of weight. So you can lay down on the floor, on a bench, on a couch. All right. And this is for the rotor cuff. Rotor cuff exercise, and it does not take a lot of weight. I don't care how strong you are. I have fun with this in the gym. Getting these guys to do this that have never done this, and they're crying, and they've got 5 pounds in their hand. And I'll tell them, you want your girl seeing you crying like this over 5 pounds? It's always good for a laugh. All right, so we lay here and we come up, just like this. And it doesn't take long. And you start feeling it in your shoulder. Okay, now this is about 3 pounds. All right. Now, if you have shoulder damage, all right, you have rotor cuff that's healing. This could be too much weight. You might need a can of soup that weighs less. Or you put half as much of sand in it, right? And get sand, go to the stream, go to a river, go to the beach, go to a park, go to dig up some dirt in your backyard, wherever. You know, just you need some dirt, you need some sand. All right. And this is a rotor cuff strengthening exercise. All right, now I'm starting to feel this. Okay, and I just started. And you feel it kind of burning right in this area here. And you feel it, okay? And then you start to feel it in your forearm, but I'm feeling it here in this side of my tricep, bicep right here, all right? And it gets hard. It's starting to burn already. I'm not squinching my face. I mean, I could sit here and not squinch my face. But I'm feeling it, okay? This is what I mean. I'll joke with guys at the gym that have 3 pounds, 5 pounds in their hand. And it hurts, it's aching, it's burning. It's getting hard. See that? See my momentum? It's slowing down, and I'm really arching to get this arm back. Oh, I'm feeling it big time. Right in here. All right? This is not fake. You do this, you'll say, wow, he wasn't faking. How long did it take? Look at your screen. Time I started doing this and where I'm at now, and look at how the speed, the ratio of speed, and you'll see that this is not a joke. This is for real. Okay. Then the other side, because we want to move forward. I'm trying to cover a lot of ground. I'm not going to work my other side. I'll have to do it after the live stream. Okay? But that's what that can be used for, as well as this can be used for curls. All right. And reverse curls. Work the forearm, your wrist, your grip. Okay. And you can do these reverse curls. Okay. Now we haven't even tapped into the isomet tonics yet, okay? These are just regular weightlifting techniques. All right, now, your legs. Hold on 1 minute, folks. Hold on 1 minute. That could be done. Okay, now, gonna get things kind of reset here. See what I did? All right. Now, now for the big guns. Bringing out the big guns here. Now you see, that was not tied good enough. That's what you do not want to do. All right. So now this is where I'm going to improvise. I'm going to undo these strands here. And I'm going to use these strands as a means to tie this because I've made these really close like you want them. All right. So now, this is what you do. This could happen to you. So good thing it happened to me. That way you're able to see what I'm going to do to fix this. And this was not planned. Like I said, you know, sitting here talking and doing this, I didn't really tie it as tight as I should have. And this is the end result, and this could happen to you as well. So I'm going to run this through the first, make my first knot. Then I'm going to use these strands, all right, and I'm going to tie these strands together to lock it in place, all right. And this should do the trick. Then I'll have to do it better afterwards. All right, this is live, not Memorex. Okay. Now this just keeps it real. And how many? Who's here?
Me.
No one else? All right. So now this is where we can get into the isomet tonics. Flex. Engage the muscle. Keep that muscle engaged. Keep it flexed. Bicep, tricep, forearm, come up. And this weight will increase, all right, in its weight. And then you come in here, and this isolates the bicep, but remember, you're working the tricep, the shoulder, keep that shoulder engaged, and the forearm. If you have them engaged, then you can feel them working. All right, so we are doing isomet tonics. All right, and we're isolating the bicep because we've got our elbow into our inside of our thigh. All right, and it isolates. Now you can squeeze and hold it at the top. That's your isometric. And come down and pause, keeping everything squeezed and tight. That's isometric. Come down, squeeze. I feel more resistance right here as my arm's at a 90. I feel more resistance there. All right. Keeping everything flexed. Keeping everything flexed. Keeping everything flexed. Keeping everything flexed. And I'm at the bottom and I'm still flexed. Now I've released. That's a perfect way to finish your curls. All right. That last one, put every ounce of muscle you have into on the negative, on the resistance, on the downward. Gives you the maximum amount of resistance, and your muscle's super fatigued, and you are getting the maximum out of that, and that will make you stronger. All these techniques help and makes the difference and sets you apart. All right, so do your set. All right, now what you don't want to do is you don't want to come up here and then just relax and drop your weight. you're cheating yourself. You really cheat yourself. All right. If you're up here, you just let them go, let them bounce. Bam! And they hit the floor. These you would destroy. And your weights, you could, depending on where you're at, could damage the floor, bounce, damage equipment, bounce, land on your foot and break your foot or toes. You know, just so resist the temptation to just throw them down, drop them, keep it under control, get the maximum benefit for that lift so your body experiences and benefits from that last rep in that set. Okay? So let's again flex, engage these muscles, engage the bicep, tricep, forearm. All right? Here, you're going to see these muscles are engaged. All right? Everything's tight. Everything's tight. Or else it would be flabby, right? It'd be flabby. Flex it. Flex it. Keep it flexed. Get the isometric. Squeeze. 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 Keep it squeezed. Keep it squeezed. You can release some of the squeeze on your grip at this point, some, not all of it, a little bit, so that on your way up you can flex into it and squeeze some more, keeping these muscles taut, tight, engaged. And do not rest like I'm resting. I'm doing this to explain, all right? And the slower you come up, all right, and you want to do this towards the end when that muscle is really fatigued, all right? Because otherwise you want a good steady pace, just a good steady pace, all right? Keeping the muscle tight. And do your 10, 12, 15 reps. Okay? Now, this is my last set. Squeeze and tighten and hold it. 2, 3, 4 seconds or more. Come down. At this 90, you really feel it. And where you feel it the most is where you're the weakest, all right? That's the muscle being developed the most in this routine. The one that you're feeling the most. The joints, tendons, ligaments, the forearm, the bicep, tricep, the side muscle, where are you feeling it the most? In your grip, in your wrist? Or are you not really feeling it? And if you're not really feeling it, then that means those muscles are pretty conditioned and they're in a good place to really be built and developed. Okay? Now, we can use this here for our tricep extensions. All right. Now, this has got a low ceiling here, folks. All right, tricep elbow forward. All right, keep it. You can take your hand, pull your elbow in next to your head, and do your tricep extensions. And work the tricep or the back arm, back of the arm, that tricep. Why is it called tricep? Because it's tri means 3. There's 3 muscles in this back arm that you're working. And as you grab here, you can feel that tricep working. Okay? And that's how this works. Now you can reposition this if you don't feel right because they're balancing, okay? Just shift your hand over like I just did. And your arm has a tendency to want to flail out there. All right? Don't let it flail, whatever, out there. Bring your elbow in next to your head. Palm up and down. All right, you want to flex the shoulder, keep that flexed, everything tight, and come down. Get the isomet tonic. Now you want to get the isometric in there, come up, hold it, pause, hold it, pause, hold it, pause, extend, hold it, okay, and then you can come out. Do 2 or 3 reps, and do another isomet tonic. Pause, 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 pause. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that. Okay, and then same side. Now remember, this is only 3 or 6 pounds here, folks. 6 pounds total. I could have 20 pounds here. Just fill more sand, okay? And again, pull the elbow in, okay? These milk jugs really make you focus, really help you to go slow, all right? Because that's just how the nature of the beast. All right, they're still a tad awkward, but not too bad. Okay, and see I'm keeping this elbow pulled into my head. Okay, otherwise your arm is going to kind of drift out here. You're going to be doing this. You see where the elbow is. All right, you're not isolating the tricep that way. So keep it in front, just keep it pulled over. Always pull that stomach in. Okay. And when you're flexing everything, when you're doing the isomet tonics, this 6 pounds turns into 25 pounds. Okay? And as you build and develop that muscle, and one second, as you build and develop that muscle, it'll get easier. You'll get easier and it'll become easier and easier. It'll start to feel lighter and you increase your weight. That's what's so nice about these jugs is you start out with 3 pounds, for example, or fill them up halfway, all right? And halfway, depending on where you're at. If you're stronger, you're conditioned, you go to the gym every day, you might want to fill these all the way up with sand. And if that's not heavy enough, let's go out into the local hardware store, get some concrete, some powder, just regular concrete, mix it with sand, and fill this up with concrete and sand. And you'll turn these into 25, 30 pounds a piece. Okay, now you have 60 pounds between the two of them for free. Okay, and we can do the same thing. I could take a lead pipe. I could take a copper pipe, 3/4 inch or PVC, and create a barbell, right? And run the rope through a longer pipe, and I'll have a barbell. All right, you could have a barbell with a pipe and running the rope through it, and then tying these milk jugs on at the end. If you don't have milk jugs, paint cans of paint. I mean, this wouldn't know what you have, right? But this opens up a new door of opportunity for being able to lift on a budget. You know, it's free weights for free. I've never seen anybody do this. This is a life hack. And I may do a video showing how to do this. How to lift weights, how to make weights on a budget. Okay. Now, for coating, rubberizing your 2x4, all right? To make this spray, looks like a can of paint. There's a ball inside. You can get this in different colors. This is rubber. This is a rubberizing sealant, all right, for fixing leaks and whatnot. Kind of like the stuff you put on the roofs of your mobile homes, motorhomes, RVs, all right, to seal it. That's what this is. That comes in a 5-gallon bucket. And you just spray this. You spray your 2x4. This will be sprayed. I may do a video of that. And just make that one video with making weights and how to get your toe raise, your calf raise extension, and paint it so it's rubberized and sticks to the floor better, and your feet, it grabs a little better as well. All right, now remember, now this can be used again depending on where you're at. If you're starting out, this may be too heavy for you. This is one of those, not energy, but bottles, So you come up and you just do it the same way. Flex, squeeze, and do the isomet tonics with it. And if it don't feel heavy enough, you might go, wow, when I engage these other muscles, the weight's good. It feels good. And this is where you'll really experience it. When you take a little weight and go, oh, this is easy. That's light. I need heavier weight. Until you flex. Engage these other muscles. Flex. Tighten them up. Squeeze. And then do it. And you may find all of a sudden, this might be too heavy. And if that's the case, good. Take some dirt out of it. This is full. This is full. There's a little space at the top. And that's where you can hear the noise. And like I said, you could use this for music. Life hack. Make music even, right? Less sand, more noise. You get 2 or 3 of them with different amounts of sand, and you can do it for making music, right? Depending on what country or where you live and all of that. So that's free. Just thinking outside the box, using what you got. If you have money to buy weight, buy some weight. But this will allow you to develop your strength, build your strength, and reach a place of fitness where you feel good about yourself, where you go to pour a gallon of milk and all of a sudden it's not heavy anymore. Your wrists aren't feeling so weak. Comes your mom. Comes your mom. And and so it just depends on where you're at, and it can really make a difference for you. All right, so we can do this Jack LaLanne's virtual bike exercise. Now, he did not call this virtual bike. He just says, let's do this. And he'd sing a little tune, and he'd just kind of do this, but they didn't have that terminology back then, a virtual bike. Virtual anything back in the 60s, early 70s. All right. So he would just do this. Do this with me. And if you can't do it with 2 legs, do it with 1 leg. And work that 1 leg. This is good for pull the stomach in. It's good for the lower abs. It's good for your thighs. Get the blood circulating. All right. And just do it with 1 leg. If you can't do it with 2 legs. Okay. Hold on down here if you need to, or you can sit up here with your arms crossed, or up here riding a bicycle, right? just depending on where you're at. You can count 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and 1, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. And you can picture yourself down at the beach. You could have a video of the beach playing on your screen, right on your TV or your laptop, and you could be watching it as you do this. And just picture yourself out there as you count 1, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Okay? You can do that. Or you can sit here, okay? Just count 1001, 2, 1003, 1004, 1005, 6, 1007, 1008, 9, 1010. Okay, and just count. I really feel this in here, outer thighs, here the upper thighs. I feel it somewhat in my stomach. Okay? Pull that stomach in, flatten it out, and you just go. All right? Now, you can sit here and legs up, legs up, legs up. Pull that stomach in, legs up, legs up, legs up. I don't care if you have to pull it in your stomach and hold that, you know, and up and up. It'll give you more range of motion. Okay? Whatever you got to do. And you can do them both at the same time. Really strengthens your upper thighs. So it's the stomach. That's Jack LaLanne's exercise. Now, if you need to hold on to something for balance, you know, if you have a wall, kind of hold and lift. Ten. 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Okay. So we worked our stomach sitting down and our legs. We worked them standing up. If you happen to be in a wheelchair, if you can't stand, and you can raise your legs, raise them. If you need to put your hand here on the side of your thigh, under the bend of your knee, and raise, by all means, do what you can do. Okay, there's always a way. I don't have enough strength to lift on my own, right? I can help build and develop the strength just by helping my leg with my hand and trying to tighten up this leg muscle as I do it, and lifting and try to bring that leg up and keeping that leg tight, and using my arm, my hand to lift that leg. Or even if you have to use two hands, right? Which I'll demonstrate here. Okay, and I thank everyone for being here. Appreciate your time and interest and learning and getting fit with me. You know, I used to be fit. I used to be in very, very, very good shape. You know, on some of my thumbnails, I have 130 pounds on that bar. And up here, okay, I was very fit. And I've gotten out of shape. I've just gotten out of shape. I just got married and got busy. And next thing you know, you realize, wait a minute. All right.
Oh, let's face it, you blame me and my cooking.
Well, having a wife that is a great cook can be a hindrance. So, especially when you're newly married, you don't want to hurt her feelings, and she's a good cook. I mean, it tastes so good. You know what I'm saying? So now it's all about getting serious, being fit, I'm not 20 years old anymore, and if you don't use it, you lose it, no matter what age. And so we got to use it, and so we got to strengthen it to do that. All right? You know, I'd like to live to be 130 years old, Lord willing. You know, good Lord above. Never know. Do I really expect it? No. Jack LaLanne thought he was going to live for, I'm sure he had to think that he was going to live into his 130 to 125. I am sure he was thinking that. At 95 years old, in an interview, he said he worked out for 2 hours a day. And he swam as part of that routine. And I think he said he swam for a half hour, and he was 95 years old. And I think he said he had a 2-hour workout routine. Unfortunately, I think all that time he spent in the water caused pneumonia. I don't know, I'm assuming, so, you know, we can't give much validity to what I'm saying, but with all the exercising he did and swimming in the morning, he got pneumonia, is my take. I could be wrong, but he didn't want to go to see the doctor because he was fit. He was in great shape, better shape than anybody in America at that time at his age. At 70, he pulled 70 boats of 70 people for I forget how many miles. At 70, handcuffed, hello. So I'm sure at 95, he figured, I got pneumonia, yeah, my body will handle it. In a week, it took him out. So if you don't use it, you lose it. And if you feel ill, get some help. Okay? So, like I was going to say, if you're in a wheelchair and you can raise this leg, I mean, if your leg will raise, tighten those muscles up in your leg. Just sit here and flex them muscles and take your hand and lift. Hands, and lift that leg up. Help those muscles work. If you can tighten them up, do your best to tighten them up if you're in a wheelchair. And work these muscles. You know, do it 5 times here, 5 times here. Do it 3 times and 3 times to start. Or you do 5, right? Then you do 3, then you do 3, then you do 2, then you do 2. And you do that 3 times with each leg. You're going to start working these muscles. Within a month or so, month and a half, you should be able to lift that leg a little bit. Just depending on where you're at, what the disabilities are, you know, it's possible, depending.
But it does keep your muscles from atrophying.
And it definitely keeps the joints and muscle from atrophy, big time. Like I've mentioned here on my channel, my grandfather was told he would never walk again at 75 years old, I think it was. He had a stroke, and I've told the story a few times now how that my aunt got him a rowing machine, right? Where the good side was working the bad side and made the other side work in junction with the other side. And then he started kind of maneuvering himself out to his front porch where there was a handrail. And he told me to grab that handrail and grab it and pull the bad side and then step. And then pull the bad side and step. And within 6-8 months, he was walking. And the doctor said he would never walk again because of this stroke. He never allowed his muscles to atrophy. He never allowed those joints to get tight and locked up. He worked them from day one, which made all the difference in the world. But he didn't take no for an answer. He didn't allow any momentary discouragement, hurt and pain and frustration and disappointment of, oh, I'll never walk again to overwhelm him. And he's going, no, I'm going to walk. And he immediately started doing things to keep these joints working. What can he do to work the other side? Well, the rowing machine was the solution, so that the good side is helping the other side to work. Like I said, in 6 to 8 months, he was walking. You'd never know he ever had a stroke. You wouldn't know it. That's why I say what I'm saying. Okay, now let's do these rotor cuff exercises to strengthen that rotor cuff. All right. How much time?
15. Well, 14.
All right, we have about 14 minutes left here for today's program. Now you can still do the isomet tonics. All right. Get out your gripper. Now, what are we calling the gripper? What is the gripper? The gripper is that washcloth that you roll up and squeeze. You're gripping it. Okay, I'm starting to feel this in my shoulders. And what's it been? 30 seconds? 40 seconds? Okay, and I'm feeling it in the shoulder. All right, I'm not opening and closing my fingers. All right, I'm feeling it. Remember, you want to keep that stomach sucked in, tightened up. All right, it's also helped with your posture. Okay, and as you do this, you know you want to breathe in slowly through your nose and then exhale slowly through your mouth, which is kind of hard to accomplish while I'm talking. All right, now let's go reversed. Shoulders are starting to burn, and they're starting to burn now, but I'm going in reversed. And for them to burn like that is good. A slight burn in the shoulder is okay. Slight burn, I said. But you'll find it getting more intense, and you're really working on tendons and ligaments, all that connective tissue, pumping blood into the shoulder, into the rotor cuff, which is in the inner part of the shoulder, all the connective tissue to the shoulder. That's where the surgeries take place because they are weak and underdeveloped because we don't do enough exercises to strengthen them. This is good to do as a pre-warm-up to weightlifting that very, very few guys do. Very few guys work on strengthening the rotor cuff before lifting. Where do the wrestlers and the cage fighters and guys that are into real heavy shoulder presses have the damage? Rotor cuff and the internal part of the shoulder where all the connective tissues connect. It's the weakest area. The weakest link gets damaged. All right. So to help prevent injury, to reduce injury, you can do these exercises as a pre-warm-up. Before you lift, I used to do that. Okay? My shoulders, I've never hurt my shoulders. Okay? I've worked up to, it's a whole nother subject, but I've taken 225 pounds, and I had to prepare for 3 months. It took me 3 months to do this now. I could take 225 pounds and do the isomet tonics, flex and engage all the upper body, and then literally swing it up just like this. And then flex hard and engage these muscles hard and resist the down on 225. Okay? But I always did these pre-warm-up routines. Like I used this, and I'd have a 3-pound, 5-pound dumbbell, and I would work my shoulders, and it would be burning like crazy. And I'd go up till I'm almost crying, and it was so that difficult. Okay? As a pre-warm-up, when I was lifting really heavy, so it didn't damage. I was doing everything I could do to prevent rotor cuff damage. I was able to do that. Okay. I was back arming. All right. 125, 165. That starts getting really serious at that point, okay? Like I say, I'm out of shape. Ken's getting fit again. Okay? So this is what I did to prevent injuries. And I have no shoulder damage, all right? Now, if you're grappling, you're doing this, it will help to prevent injury of the shoulder. These grapplers, cage fighters, wrestlers, it's common to have because they're yanking on your joints. That's all about hurting the joint, okay? And but this will definitely help to prevent damage or serious damage by strengthening the rotor cuff, okay? I have some family members that grapple and professional, and so I'm saying you want to do everything you can do to strengthen these rotor cuffs, the internal shoulder. All right. All right. So let's do some isolation push-ups, some isomet tonic push-ups. Okay. Got to get my knee pad. I'm gonna okay, as we're getting it set here. You can see the floor. All right, so as we're getting dialed in, all right. Now we're going to, when you go into this position right here, all right, at this point, you really want to flex, all right, and remember, you probably want to come closer.
Not really, but
All right, now I've taken one thumb and I'm putting it behind the other thumb, all right, and I find that the pad of my thumb on my thumbnail is pretty comfortable. Like that, and we've got this diamond shape going on, or triangle shape. All right. And then we are dropping into it. Our body's not coming down, all right, but our head's moving forward. All right, so we're going forward and back, forward and down and back. All right, that's basically what we're doing in the movement. Now, at this point, okay, you want to take your arms and shift them on the inward. Can you see my hand?
Mhm.
All right, so I'm taking my arm and I'm shifting it in. All right, and if you notice this muscle here, if you can see it, you'll see it flex, all right, and get tight. Just by shifting it in. I'm not flexing or anything, just that simple shift flexes and tightens this muscle, all right? And so what happens when you do this on both sides, it shifts that muscle all the way up into the upper outer pec, all right? Which then, all right, transfers and shoots that and flexes and tightens this muscle all the way across the upper pec. All right, so it's isomet tonics. These muscles are engaged, and then you flex and go into the push-up. All right, and these simple push-ups become the most difficult push-up you've ever. So you're really building the pecs, the shoulder, the tricep, the forearm, biceps engaged, all right? Your hands, your wrists, all right? And remember, to strengthen them wrists, all right? And to get the blood pumping in there, to stay tight, and to do this, All right, that's a pre-warm up for your wrists before you put any stress or strain on them for the push-up. All right, or curling, if you're curling heavy weights, same thing. Before you curl heavy weight, or if your wrists are just weak and need strengthening, this is a great exercise that I've developed. I created this exercise string for the wrist exercise. All right, it's the isomet tonics, because you're flexing and tightening as you do this. Just don't flop them around, you're not doing anything. Flex them, keep them flexed. Keep your arms, keep your forearms tight. And you feel it pumping the wrists and working those wrists and getting blood and bringing these wrists alive, all right? And you can do it fast. But again, stay tight. Stay tight. You can do it out. You can do it down. And I'm coming and I'm, all right? Up, turn, down. And I'm rolling my wrists. I'm doing this. All right. Now we're all primed and ready to go. Now, flex inward, tighten up the shoulders, tighten up the muscles around the shoulder blades, the shoulders, the pecs, your arms, flex inward. All right, reach forward, stretch outward with your hands. All right, now watch the shift inward, shift. Get the isometric, pause, pause. Stay flexed. Stay flexed. All right, now let's do a regular push-up the same way. All right, now, like I was saying, with this wrist giving me some trouble, I find by having my arms closer together, there's not as much strain on that wrist joint, and it makes it easier on my wrist. Again, shifting inward, flexing the upper back, shoulders, all right? Butt up, just got to come out more. All right, here we go. Flex your back, shoulders, shift in. Stay tight. Whew. All right. One last routine for the day. Bear with me. I'm running over just by a few minutes. All right. Now, as we going to come close. All right. Now, I am going to start out. All right, we're making adjustments here, so bear with us as we make adjustments. One moment, please. Bear with me. Who's here? All right. There we go. Now, heels out. All right, this is what I mean. 1, 2. To come all the way down, see more range of motion. Touch and go. Okay, now inward. Heels inward. All right. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, and 8, 9, and 10. 11. Get that isometric, go down slow. If you feel it burning, it's okay. Slowly. Then up, down, and now relax. All right, now we're going to do it straight. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flex, get that isometric. Oh, I feel the burn shooting up my leg. Oh, all the way up my thigh. I feel it on the outer portion of my thigh. See, that's the weakest area of that leg. All right. And then come down slowly. Down stays tight. And down slowly. Feel the pull on your calf. Oh, yeah. All right. Work it out. All right, I'll do one more thing. Let's see what the length is on this toe raise extension. All right, calf raise extension. In case you guys like to make one, don't want it too big. If you made one roughly 16 inches, 16 inches, you can make it 18, you can make it 15. But roughly about 16 inches in length. All right, for the calf raise extension. All right, we're gonna end today's session. Thank you for your faithfulness in being here. Let me know about your results. I really look forward to hear from you. You being here means a lot. That tells me that this is something that's important to you, and I appreciate you taking your time and choosing to spend it with me during this session. There's a lot of channels, a lot of big channels doing this type of thing. They're not using my techniques, but if you just wanted to exercise, there are many channels to choose from, and you're here. That means a lot. And, you know, we're like family. That's how I see it. It's how I've always seen it. It's how I see YouTube in my community, right? Or in our communities. And you're here working out with me 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. And that just means a lot to me. And so thank you for being here. I appreciate your time, your interest. So I look forward to hearing from you. This isn't all about Ken. That's not the name of my exercise program, All About Ken. I'm doing this because I need it. But if you're here, I want to hear from you and hear about your progress. And I look forward to hearing from you. Or if you have questions, you know, hit me up. I look forward to interacting. I wish I could see the screen and interact and know what's being said. And, you know, I'm just not able. So you leaving your comments and communicating with me, that way I can get back to you and answer and interact with you. So thanks for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments. And I look forward truly to hear from you. And I'll be sharing some protein drink things, ideas. Magnesium, if you have muscle cramping, a liquid magnesium is really real good to help keep your muscles from cramping. And I'll talk more about that. And so on that note, hope you have a great rest of your week. We'll see you back on Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. Getting Fit with Ken. Tell a friend. You know, because I'm one man on a mission. And this is good whether you have a grandparent, mother, father. If you don't use it, you lose it. Someone that may be somewhat disabled. You know, if they can move their arms and if they can move their legs, they can start looking better, feeling better about themselves, having that confidence, like I can do a little more than I was able before. And it's a win-win-win. So I'm going to shut up. So never give up, truly, because there's always a way, always. We got to find out what that way is. And I believe some of my techniques will help you do that. You know, the good Lord above inspired it, you know. And so catch you on the rebound. God bless you. Bye for now and have a great day.